is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us for the next episode of Trivia for Kids, the podcast. I'm Casey.
And I'm Ren.
And you're almost 10-year-old Ren, aren't you?
Yes.
Because your birthday is when?
Tomorrow.
Happy almost birthday, Ren. I cannot believe you're going to be double digits. Oh, what happened to my little baby? Oh, I don't know what's happening.
You still have Brooksy.
I do still have Brooksy, that's true, but you're just not a little girl anymore. You should see the eye roll I just got from Ren. So are you excited for your birthday?
Yes.
It's not going to be the most exciting day because why?
We still have school.
You still have to go to school on your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. But it'll be a good day. You can celebrate with your classmates. What are you going to bring to school for your treat?
Giant popsicles.
Giant freeze pops. That'll be fun because it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I bet the kids are really going to like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy early birthday, Ren. I'm sure excited
Thank
to
you.
celebrate with you. So I wanted to explain a little bit to everyone about kind of how, because at the end of the show, we always say, like, send us a category or a joke idea to triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com, which is great. And everybody has been doing a really good job of doing that. And we have tons of, ideas in the queue for episodes that are coming up. But I kind of want to explain how it works. So when you guys send me an email or a Facebook or Instagram message, I kind of make a big list of everybody who sent me ideas. And then as I'm getting ready to write new trivia, I look and see like, oh, who has, made requests and what were they and how do certain things go together and how does one idea go with this question or this joke. And so I, kind of work then to build the episode based on as many different, ideas as I can at once. So what happens though is that when the week comes out that we're going to have your joke or your idea or your question, I'll send your mom or your dad or whoever sent in the email to me, I'll send them an email saying like, hey, this is the week. Do you want to put a picture on social media or do you want a shout out or something? So I will let you know in advance when your idea is going to be on the podcast. Because I know some people have been like, we've been checking every week and we've been waiting. Well, I'll let you know when it's coming because sometimes, depending on what it is, it might take a while to get on the show because our list is getting kind of long, which is great. But I don't want you to lose hope that your idea is never going to be on there. It will, and I will let you know when it is. So I just wanted to let you know how that all kind of worked. And I talk really fast. So I'm sorry if people are lost. Are you lost, Ren?
No. Yes.
Yes. I feel like you quit listening. Are you ready for jokes?
Yes.
All right. The first joke actually, they sent two jokes. Comes from Venna and Laurel. Thank you, ladies. What do elves study in school?
I don't know.
The alphabet. And their second joke was, we were trying to think of a carpentry pun, but we couldn't think of anything that would work. Do you get it?
I
would work?
I've read one of those and it's like we were trying to think of a construction joke, but we're still working on it.
Oh, yeah, that one would work too. All right, and the last joke is from listener Evelyn. Thanks, Evelyn.
Thank you.
What has 4 eyes but can't see?
I have no idea.
Mississippi. Missippi. 4 eyes. That was sort of a riddle and a joke combined. Yeah. All right, should we get to some trivia?
Yes.
Let's go.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round number 1. The category is owls. Thank you to listener Bess for this idea. Thanks, Bess. Question 1, true or false? Owls have spherical eyeballs. Question 2, how far can an owl rotate its head? 180 degrees, 270 degrees, or 360 degrees? Question 3. What do you call a group of owls? Question 4. How does an owl kill its prey? Question 5. What color are owl eggs? Question 6. Which fictional character has a pet owl named Hedwig? Question 7. True or false? Some owls are cannibals. And now the answers to round 1. Question 1. True or false? Owls have spherical eyeballs.
False?
It is false. Instead of spherical eyeballs, owls have eye tubes that extend deep into their skulls. As a result, their eyes are fixed in place, which means they have to turn their heads to see around them. It's sort of like they have binoculars in their head.
Yeah.
Question 2. How far can an owl rotate its head? 180 degrees, 270 degrees, or 360 degrees?
180.
The answer is 270 degrees. Owls have 14 neck vertebrae compared to 7 in humans, which makes their necks more flexible. But it is a myth that they can rotate their heads 360 degrees. They can, however, turn their necks 135 degrees in either direction, which gives them 270 degrees of total movement. Bone adaptations, blood vessels with contractile reservoirs, and a supporting vascular network allow the owls to turn their heads that far without cutting off blood to their brain.
Wait, 235?
No, 270. So
Oh,
they can go
270.
135 this way, 135 this way. If they went 180 both ways, that would be 360 all the way around. But they can almost get there, just not quite. Question 3. What do you call a group of owls? This is one of my favorites.
I don't know.
A parliament. I always think it's such a smart word. I love it because I think of smart or owls being smart and studious, and they live in a group called a parliament. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Question 4. How does an owl kill its prey?
I mean, how does that?
Yes.
By swooping down at this claws? I don't know.
Yes. By landing on it and crushing it with its talons. First, the owl crushes its prey to death with its strong talons. Then, depending on the size, it either eats the prey whole or rips it up. The owl's digestive tract processes the body and the parts that can't be digested, like fur and bones. Those are compacted into a pellet, which the owl later regurgitates or throws up. Oh, whoa, hello. Just eats everything. And then somehow the stuff that it can't digest, its body turns it into a hard ball pellet thing, and then it throws it up. How interesting. That is I think that's so cool.
I think that's so weird.
Question 5. What color are owl eggs?
Blue. No,
They
I'm thinking of rabbit eggs. I don't know.
They are white. The number of eggs laid by owls varies by species, but generally ranges from 1 to 12 eggs per clutch. The eggs are usually white or cream in color with a smooth surface and an elliptical shape.
Elliptical.
Kind of ovally. They look very similar to a chicken egg, just a little different. Question 6. Which fictional... Oh, I said question 6, which... Which fictional character has a pet owl named Hedwig?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Question 7. True or false? Some owls are cannibals.
True.
It is true. Owls hunt other owls. Great horned owls are the top predator of the smaller barred owl.
Oh.
Wow. I didn't know that. Round number 2. The category is TV shows by side character. I'll give you the side characters and you tell me the TV show. This category comes from listener Kennedy. Thanks, Kennedy. Question 1. This question comes from the Johnson family. Thanks, everybody. Bill, Remy, Chip Whistler, Gloria. Question 2. Calypso, Indy, the Terriers, Uncle Stripe. Question 3. This question comes from listeners David, Shalom, Zvi, and Jonathan. Thanks, boys. Mom, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Perry the Platypus, Isabella. Question 4. Katie, Carlos, Farmer Yumi, Alex Porter. Question 5. Thanks to listener Evelyn for this idea. Pandy Paws, DJ Catnip, Pillow Cat, Baby Box. Question 6. Telly, Bert, Abby, Slimy. Question 7. Thanks to Venna and Laurel for this one. Thanks, girls. Wendy, Candy Chew, Grunkle Stan, Sheriff Blubs. Round 2 answers. Question 1. Bill, Remy, Chip Whistler, Gloria.
Big City Greens.
That is the answer, Big City Greens. Poor Chip Whistler. He chips a tooth every episode, or every episode he's in.
You haven't seen the
That's
of Chip
Whistle.
Whistler.
That's right. After he chips his tooth, then he has when he says his S's, he whistles. Chip Whistler. That's clever. Question 2. Calypso, Indy, the Terriers, and Uncle Stripe.
Bluey.
The answer is Bluey. I was looking when I was writing the side characters. There's a lot of side character dogs in Bluey.
Yes.
A lot of them. But when I heard Calypso and Indy, those were two that I'm like, okay, I know those. Question 3. Mom, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Perry the Platypus, and Isabella.
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb.
I was gonna say Perry the Platypus. I was like, well, that's one of the questions. No.
Question 4. Katie, Carlos, Farmer Yumi, Alex Porter.
That would be Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. Which one gave it away for you? Farmer Yumi?
No, wait. Say all of them again.
Katie Carlos, Farmer Yumi, Alex Porter.
Alex Porter.
Oh. Question 5. Pandy Paws, DJ Catnip, Pillow Cat, Baby Box.
I have no clue.
These are from Gabby's Dollhouse.
Oh, that's why I don't know them.
Question 6. Telly, Bert, Abby, Slimy. You don't know? Telly? Bert?
Oh, is it from Sesame Street?
Sesame Street. Question 7. Wendy, Candy Chew,
I already know it.
Grunkle Stan, Sheriff Blubs. What is it?
It's Gravity Falls.
It's Gravity Falls. Round number 3. The category is U.S. presidents. Thank you to listener Juniper for this idea. Thanks, Juniper. Question 1. What does the S in Ulysses S. Grant stand for? Question 2. Who was the first president with a beard? Question 3. What illness left Franklin D. Roosevelt paralyzed from the waist down? Question 4. Calvin Coolidge is the only U.S. president to be born on what day of the year? Question 5. John Tyler holds the record number at 15, having the most what? Question 6. Teddy Roosevelt was partially blind in one eye due to what sport? Question 7. Which president, who is pictured on U.S. currency, was involved in an estimated 100 duels? Round number 3 answers. Question 1. What does the S in Ulysses S. Grant stand for?
I have no idea.
It doesn't stand for anything. His actual name was Hiram Ulysses Grant. However, they messed up his name on his acceptance into military school. And when he protested, they basically said, tough, and made him keep the name Ulysses S. Grant. Ironically, the S in Harry S. Truman does not stand for anything either. So we have 2 presidents that both have a middle initial of S that they kind of go by, and the S in both of their names doesn't stand for anything. That's crazy. Question 2. Who was the first president with a beard?
Abe?
It was Abe Lincoln. A few weeks before Abraham Lincoln was elected president of the United States, 11-year-old Grace Bedell sent him a letter urging him to grow a beard to improve his appearance. Lincoln responded on October 19, 1816, making no promises. However, within a month, he grew a full beard.
Wow.
So, would you ever send a letter to the president telling him, hey, you need to grow some hair so that you look better?
No.
Yeah, no. Question 3. What illness left Franklin D. Roosevelt paralyzed from the waist down?
I don't know.
He had polio. While the Roosevelts were vacationing in August of 1921, he fell ill and was diagnosed with polio. Although he was left permanently paralyzed from the waist down, Roosevelt convinced many people that he was improving, which he believed to be essential prior to running for public office again. He laboriously taught himself to walk short distances by swiveling his torso while wearing iron braces and supporting himself with a cane. Question 4. Calvin Coolidge is the only president to be born on what day of the year?
May 24th.
The 4th of July.
Hey.
Although Calvin Coolidge is the only U.S. president to be born on the 4th of July, 3 of our presidents, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Monroe, all died on the 4th of July. Whoa.
First, I thought you said Calvin College, and I was like, Calvin College is a president?
Calvin College is a place, not a president, Mom. Question 5. John Tyler holds the record number at 15, having the most what?
I have no idea. U.S. Congressman.
Guess I could guess. He had 15 kids. Oofda. Question 6. Teddy Roosevelt was partially blind in one eye due to what sport?
Tennis.
Boxing. He was punched in the eye while sparring, causing him to go partially blind in his left eye.
Whoa.
Yeah, dangerous. Question 7. Which president, who is pictured on U.S. currency, was involved in an estimated 100 duels? A duel is like when they would stand back to back and then walk away from each other and then turn around and shoot at each other.
He's done 100 duels?
Yes.
Oh. What was the question?
Which president has been in over 100 duels? And the hint was that he's also on money.
I have no idea. George Washington. I don't know.
Andrew Jackson, who was on the $20 bill.
Did he die on the last one?
In 1806, he was shot in the chest during one of these duels, and since the bullet could not be removed, he lived with it in his chest, and it caused him lifelong pain. He never died from a duel. But I was reading about it because I thought that was so interesting. Like, how are you in 100 duels and you were still alive? But back in those days, they used duels to figure out everything, like, oh, you crossed in front of me on the street. We are going to have a duel. Yep, over 100 of them. That's yeah, that is dumb. I agree. What happened
Gotten in trouble a lot.
What happened to just like talking it out?
Yeah, being like, or sending them to like court or something.
Right.
You don't need to try and kill each other.
Right. Thankfully, things have come a long way since then. Round 4. The category is bones. Thank you to Soul for this idea. Thanks. Question 1. Are there more bones in a human hand or a human foot? Question 2. What is the strongest bone of the human skeleton? Question 3. There is only one bone in the human body that is not connected to another bone. Where is it located? Question 4. What is it called where two bones meet or connect? Question 5. What is a medical condition in which the bones become brittle and fragile from a loss of tissue? Question 6. The spongy material inside a bone is called what? Question 7. What is said to be the weakest bone in the human body? And now the round 4 answers. Question 1. Are there more bones in the human hand or the human foot?
I'm sorry. I'm
As she
counting.
points and counts in her hand.
And
The answer is hand. There are 27 bones in your hand and 26 bones in your feet.
I only counted 19.
Question 2. What is the strongest bone of the human skeleton?
The skull.
The femur or thigh bone. So that big bugger right there,
Why?
because it's thick and long.
Oh, I was gonna say skull because that protects more stuff than your thigh bone.
Well, it does protect more stuff, but your thigh bone's stronger. So if somebody's going to hit you in the head, stick your leg up real high and cover it with your thigh bone. Question 3. There is only one bone in the human body that is not connected to another bone. Where is it located?
Hip.
It's located, well, it's in your throat, but if you said in your mouth or in your tongue, you could count that too. It's called the hyoid. It's a V-shaped bone located at the base of your tongue. So it's sort of it's sort of like in your throat, tongue, mouth area back there. I had never heard of that bone before. Question 4. What is it called where two bones meet or connect?
I should know this by now. I have no idea.
A joint.
Oh, seriously, Red, you couldn't even notice that.
The biggest joint in your body is your knee. Name another joint.
Elbow.
Elbow. Good one. You got another one?
Shoulder.
Okay. How about ankle?
Yeah, that's what's up.
There you go.
So,
Question 5. What is a medical condition in which the bones become brittle and fragile from a loss of tissue? Osteoporosis. Have you ever heard of that?
yes.
It is typically as a result of hormonal changes or deficiency of calcium or vitamin D. Question 6. The spongy material inside of a bone is called what?
Tissue.
Bone marrow.
Oh.
Marrow acts as a factory, producing red blood cells to carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Every second, marrow manufactures 2 million red blood cells. Question 7. What is the weakest bone in the human body?
I'm guessing where people break it the most.
Which would be where?
Arm.
The answer is the clavicle or collarbone. Because it is a tiny bone which runs horizontally across your breastbone and collarbone, it is simple to shatter.
I never hear anyone say, "Oh, I broke my collarbone." I normally hear them say, "Oh, I broke my leg. Oh, I broke my arm. Or I broke my hip. Oh,
Your grandma broke her collarbone.
She did.
Lucy broke her collarbone in basketball.
Oh,
There's a couple. Round 5. The category is video games. Question 1. Thanks to listeners Daniel and Sage for this idea. Thanks, boys. What is Link's primary weapon in The Legend of Zelda? Question 2. What 1985 video game begins with a planned departure from Independence, Missouri? Question 3. Thanks to Flynn for this idea. Thanks, Flynn. Making his debut in 1990's Super Mario World, what is the name of the enemy-eating, egg-throwing green dinosaur who serves as a sidekick to Mario and Luigi in the Mario franchise? Question 4. What third-person shooter video game developed by Nintendo was first released in 2015 and features characters known as Inklings that can transform between human and squid-like forms? Question 5. This question comes from listener Nolan. Thank you, Nolan. What is the tower defense game where the player selects a team of unlockable cats to defeat enemies in order to protect their base? Question 6. Blathers is the name of the nocturnal museum curating owl in which series of Nintendo video games? Question 7. What video game came with the Nintendo Entertainment System when it was released in the 1980s, and it was meant to be played with the NES Zapper Gun? It shared a cartridge with Super Mario Brothers. Round 5 answers. Question 1. What is Link's primary weapon in The Legend of Zelda?
Bow and arrow.
The Master Sword, also known as the Blade of Evil's Bane. Once he obtains it, the sword makes Link much stronger in combat, so that the player has greater capability to defeat the main bad guy at the end of the game.
Oh,
Have you ever played Zelda?
no.
No. Question 2. What 1985 video game begins with a planned departure from Independence, Missouri?
I played this at Grandma's house. Let me think. Oregon Trail?
The Oregon Trail. I don't know why when I say this game, I say Oregon, but if I'm going to say the state name, I say Oregon. I don't know why I say it differently. This game, for I'm sure a lot of you
It's
parents,
boring.
For I'm sure a lot of you parents out there was like the epitome of elementary school. Like, this is what we played. Because computers were very at the beginning of their time, and this Oregon Trail game was everything.
I thought it was boring at Grandma's house because all you do is like, oh no, you're headed to a river. You better rebuild your
Your
covered
boat.
wagon.
Yep.
Covered wagon.
You broke a wheel. You broke an axle. Everybody's starving to death. Ruth's got dysentery. Tommy's got typhoid. Like, it was. Oh, but it was so good. I loved it. Question 3. Making his debut in 1990's Super Mario World, what is the name of the enemy-eating, egg-throwing green dinosaur who serves as a sidekick to Mario and Luigi in the Mario franchise?
Yoshi.
His name is Yoshi, and he's my favorite. I think he is adorable. Question 4. What third-person shooter video game developed by Nintendo was first released in 2015 and features characters known as Inklings that can transform between human and squid-like forms? The game is called Splatoon.
Oh, I should have known that.
Have you played that before?
No.
Oh. Question 5. What is the tower defense game where players select a team of unlockable cats to defeat enemies in order to protect their base?
I played this on Friv.
What's it called?
Isn't it called like Battle Cat?
Battle Cats, yeah. The gameplay involves sending the roster of cats onto a 2D battlefield to defend the cat base and defeat the enemy's corresponding base. So you have played Battle Cats before. I'd never heard of it.
Well, this is I've heard of Battle Cats. This is on Friv. It's technically like a copy of Battle Cats.
Oh, like a knockoff? Sure.
Yeah.
Question 6. Blathers is the name of the nocturnal museum curating owl in what series of Nintendo video games?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Have you played this one? We don't have this game. Question 7. What video game came with the Nintendo Entertainment System when it was released in the late 1980s and was meant to be played with the NES Zapper Gun? It shared a cartridge with Super Mario Brothers.
Deer Hunt?
Duck Hunt.
Oh, I had the right idea.
Yeah, so when I got the Nintendo for the first time for Christmas when I was a kid, it came with Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. So you'd shoot the ducks, and then if you missed, there was a little hunting dog that would come up and he would laugh at you if you missed the ducks. And then so you could either hunt ducks or you could shoot clay pigeons or clay targets on that game. Oh, so fun. And I would always put the gun right at the TV so that I couldn't miss. And then my dad would say, like, you gotta sit back. And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are. Question 1. What is a group of owls called?
Parliament.
Question 2. What is the weakest bone in the human body?
The clavicle or collarbone.
Question 3. What illness left Franklin D. Roosevelt paralyzed from the waist down?
Polio.
Question 4. What 1985 video game begins with a planned departure from Independence, Missouri?
Oregon Trail.
Question 5. Which president who is pictured on U.S. currency was involved in an estimated 100 duels?
Andrew Jackson.
Question 6. How far can an owl rotate its head?
270 degrees.
Question 7. What is a medical condition in which the bones become brittle and fragile from a loss of tissue?
Osteoporosis.
Well,
Thank you for listening.
today is your last day as a 9-year-old. I just want to take a good look at you. Make sure I remember this face forever. 9-year-old Ren. No more single digits. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I feel like every age is a fun age when it comes to being a parent. So I bet 10 will be just as fun as 9 was.
I bet it will. I think.
All right. Happy early birthday, Ren.
Thank you.
Have a good week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. See ya.
Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Trivia for Kids Podcast. And if you have a question idea or even an entire category, please email us at triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com.